No. No, 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 no. Just no to everything. No to everything after that first drive. The Rams lost an embarrassing game today, 27-13, against the New York Jets team that was primed for a loss. They were. They came into St. Louis with everything that's been going on around the Jets. And it was, for good reason, the first game that the Rams were expected to win this entire season. They did not. Everything broke down after that first drive offensively. Sam Bradford had gone 6 for 8, 60 yards, including a fourth down touchdown conversion with Brandon Gibson. After that, he was 17 of 36 for just 120 yards, including a late touchdown, a lot of those yards in that garbage time. You compare that to Mark Sanchez, finished 15 of 20, 178 yards, one touchdown. What's the big difference? Obviously, the total yardage matches up. It's the mistakes that happened on the Rams side. You had the interception that Bradford threw. You had a strip fumble when Muhammad Wilkerson wasn't well blocked, if blocked at all, by Shelley Smith that resulted in the strip picked up by Bart Scott. You had a third down fumble by Lance Kendricks that would have been a first down conversion. Those kind of mistakes are something that these St. Louis Rams are talented enough to overcome. The third most penalized team in the NFL, the Rams, added another 5 penalties today, including one that brought back what would have been a return touchdown on a kickoff by Chris Givens. All this happening at the same time. The Steven Jackson has a very Steven Jackson game. Limited output, 13 rushes, but impressive output, 81 yards. That's a 6.23 average. That's as much as you can ask and more from your running back. But again, it was the mistakes and situational problems for the Rams. I think one of the big keys for this game was field position. The Rams had 12 drives, none of which started in New York Jets territory, only three of which started beyond their own 20. For the Jets, they had 11 drives outside of the 2 at the end of each half, where they just killed off the clock to get to the end of the half in the game. 11 drives. They had 5 start in St. Louis territory, and 9 of those as a total outside of their own 20. So just 2 of their 11 drives started inside their own 20. 8 of 11 Rams drives started within their own 20. If you're looking at 2 offenses that aren't overpowering in how they can move the ball and rack up points, that field position game is even more magnified than usual, and I think that was one of the things that doomed the Rams today, as well as the defense tried to contain them. Moving forward and looking big picture, this one hurts because, as I said, this was the first game the Rams have been favored to win. It was the first test for Jeff Fisher to be able to take a team that was supposed to win and do just that. They failed. Looking beyond this game, there are going to be more tests as long as the Rams continue to improve, and we've seen steps in improvement, whether it's the individual younger players or the team as a whole, challenging the 49ers on the road, challenging the Lions on the road to begin the season, a couple key wins, including a Thursday night game. It's tough because you want to see those more and more often, and we haven't seen one now in 5 weeks of gameplay, really 6 weeks in terms of the schedule, 6 weeks in terms of the calendar. And so moving forward, you'd like to see the Rams taking advantage of a Miami game that they could have and should have won, a 49ers game that, all things being equal, they had opportunities to win, and a game today when you bring the Jets into St. Louis in the form that they're in, you'd like to think that they would have made more out of this. The fact that they didn't is really disappointing. It's going to be interesting to see how much of a reversal of fortune the Rams can execute moving forward. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. Do all the social media stuff. You know what it is.